What's up, Pinky Boy here, and today I have a Scum update recap for you. In this video, we look at everything that was added to the survival game Scum in 2021. Maybe you don't keep up with every update, or you haven't played Scum in a while and you are unaware of some of the new features. Fortunately for you, we will look at every major addition made in 2021, and you will be all caught up with all the new mechanics and features that have been added to Scum. In the first quarter of 2021, the door lock system got a rework with the addition of up to 3 lock slots and 2 protection slots depending on the level of the door. With the new lock system also came 3 tiers of lock protection, each one dealing increasing amounts of damage to players who fail a lockpick attempt. They also added the ability to choose who can open locks depending on their assigned squad levels, really useful to prevent newcomers to your squad to just grab whatever they want. We saw a rework of the cargo drops, with all the lockers inside the drop being locked and the drop being on the timer before it explodes. When there is 25 seconds left on the timer, all the lockers get unlocked. They've also added lock breaking. You can break into lockers using a crowbar. This is tied to the strength stat and thievery skill, and breaking into lockers will damage whatever is inside. The containers got a new mechanic. You can empty any container using the spill action, and you can then fill that container with whatever you want, be it water or fuel, using the fill action. You can transfer liquids between containers, and you can use the check action to confirm what is inside a container. The Mosin Nagant and Car 98 got some new silencer attachments, and we got 2 new metal detectors, a crafted and a military variant, the difference being that the military one can be repaired. These metal detectors allow you to, detect metal, which is great to find hidden traps, mines, or even buried chests, or that gun you dropped in the grass by mistake. They added craftable mine danger signs. They added the ability to adjust lantern light intensity. Server admins got a new command allowing them to create PvE zones, restricting the type of damage players can do in those zones, such as damage to bases, melee damage, gun damage, and so on. Admin also got the ability to allow or restrict the use of mines and lethal traps on their servers. In Q1, of course, we got the 0.5 update, which added a ton of new features, the biggest one being the massive map expansion, which added a whole grid row to the south and a grid column to the east. Each new grid coming with its own Tech 1 bunker and other POIs, such as a brick factory, a weapons factory, a small shipyard, some wind turbines, and a ton of smaller POIs. 0.5 also implemented a null new weather system with storms, rain, fog, clouds, waves, moon cycles, and so on. And of course, all of these elements affect your in-game visibility, and the weather does affect your character. We've also seen the addition of multiple naval vehicles, such as dinghies, motorboats, improvised sail-powered rafts, and paddle boards. They've added sharks and a minigame in case a shark gets a hold of you. They added a very in-depth fishing mechanic with different types of fish, whether in salt or fresh water, different types of rods, reels, lines, hooks, baits, and a satisfying fishing minigame, and fish behavior depending on location, weather, and time of day. We've seen the addition of the craftable rubber rat-a-tat, which is an automatic crossbow, and the addition of explosive arrows and explosive bolts. They've added quite a lot of new abilities, such as to carry bags in your hands, headshot beepers, then defuse them to get C4 components, bury puppets to hide your tracks, break bigger stones into smaller stones, and finally they made it so that if puppets and animals follow you into the water, they will eventually drown. In Q2, we got a medieval helmet dedicated to the content creator Mr. Feudal. With it also came a complimentary sword. We got a couple pirate hats and eye patches. We also got a full Scottish uniform with kilt, high socks, shoes, and a sporran bag. They added metal and carbon explosive arrows. A new rifle featuring an integral suppressor was added, the VSS Vintoris. We got some smoke grenades delivered in different colors. We got new tactical holsters that also came in different colors and camo patterns. We got a new POI in D0 sector, the abandoned military barracks. A new city appeared in Z2, the city of Novigrad. It is smaller than the big city, but it's still kind of big. They also added a second supporter pack. With it comes a movie script, a full color PDF comic, some in-game dance emotes, an in-game music player, and yes, you can add your own music, and a photo mode. The base building saw a major addition with 2 new tiers of wall upgrades, the brick wall and the concrete walls, and with those came 2 new materials, concrete mix and bricks. We also got a couple new additions in the food department. We got mlintsies, which is apparently some Croatian food. We also got some biltong cured beef in the premium variant, mind you. And finally, admins got a couple more commands for their servers. They got the ability to lock or unlock all world lockers, and they got the ability to allow or restrict base building on their servers. In quarter 3, we got another big update, the 0.6 Hell Rider update. A big part of this was the metabolism system. If you haven't, I strongly suggest you check the update note for this one. A lot of new things were implemented and we will not go over it in detail here. Metabolism brought a rework of the core stats system, which is strength, constitution, dexterity, and intelligence, and with it came changes to the skills relating to each core stats. The whole Metabolism UI also saw a massive improvement, making it much easier to see key stat information at a glance. Another key thing added is how action difficulty is shown via the stamina indicator, making it much easier to see when your character is under too much load. They've also made nutrition monitoring much easier and intuitive with a much cleaner UI. They've also added a health tab where you can see your injuries, illness conditions, and administer the required treatments. With 0.6 also came the addition of motorcycles, more specifically dirt bikes and Hell Rider bikes, and with the bikes we got new helmets and riding suits. They also added a new truck, the Hell Rider truck. They also got 4 new revolvers and 2 new types of ammo, the 44 Magnum and 38 Special. We saw the addition of some new POIs, such as the motorbike track in Z3, a massive train yard at the border of Z1 and Z2, and we got the new town of Novo Selo in Z4. They updated the character creation menu, which gave a nice visual improvement to the whole thing and tweaked a few of the available options. We got a couple new features relating to backpacks, where the more stuff you have in your backpack, well, the fuller it appears in game. Also, our characters, depending on their strength levels, will lean a bit forward the heavier the backpack is. The water consumption mechanic have been tweaked and better explained. You have a water consumption metric, which is basically how much water your body can absorb in a short amount of time, and everything you drink above that will be discarded. A very nice feature has been added in August, the rainwater collection mechanics. They added a few ways to do so, such as leaving containers, pots, buckets, or bottles outside in the rain. You can cut bottles in half to have them fill up faster in the rain, but carrying cut containers in your inventory or hands will spill the water. There is also a craftable rain collector, which once failed, you can use to fill up other containers. Drunkenness made a comeback in game. We also saw the addition of the foot abrasion mechanic. If you walk barefoot, you will get foot abrasions after a short period of time. Foot abrasion will cause debuffs, and if not treated, will lead to serious injuries. When wearing shoes, they will get damaged depending on the terrain difficulty, the speed you travel, and what type of footwear you have. And wearing shoes at 0% durability is the equivalent of not having any shoes. Another change was the requirement to load gun magazines bullet by bullet. Realistic? Yes. Fun? No. Magazine loading speed is affected by your dexterity and the rifle and handgun skills. Another mechanic that's been added, and this one was a bit more popular amongst players, is the ability to repair guns using other guns. Now you can use a toolbox to dismantle a gun. This will give you gun parts for that gun. You can then use the gun parts to fix a similar gun. We can now switch seats inside vehicles as long as they're realistically accessible. They added carcasses as a source of food in more desolate areas. We got more dirt bike variations and the ability to hold guns while driving motorcycles. A new town was added in Z3, the town of Regaznica. Admins got a new command to set decay rates of items on their servers, and a huge improvement admin side was the addition of the admin panel in the menu. From here, server owners can adjust in real time some server settings. You can also use this on your single player games. In Q4, we got a few things, but of course with all hands on deck for update 0.7, it was rather on the light side compared to other quarters, but we still got quite a few additions. We saw the introductions of bicycles, we got the Classico, and a bit later we got a mountain bike variant. We got a lot of new POIs, they added a campsite in C0, got a salt pond in Z2, and a junkyard in B0. With the addition of the salt pond, they also added the ability to salt meats to preserve them longer. We got new suppressors for the M82 and Hunter rifle, a new admin diamond command has been added to allow building in POI areas, and just a bunch of other things like lockable gun racks, wall mounts for guns, hoister can be found in Eaton. They added cruisers to the motorcycle selection. We got a new double barrel shotgun, the DT11B. We got a new high tier helmet, the Key 6.3, which is now the best helmet in game. We got a new mechanic to go with revolvers. You can now load a single bullet, right click the revolver and select spin the drum, and you then get to play a famous Russian game of roulette. And finally, they implemented a new temperature mechanic where you will be warmer in direct sunlight and the temperature is cooler in the shade. So this is almost everything that happened in 2021. If you want to see what's coming up for Scum in 2022, you can check my what to expect for update 0.7 and beyond video in the pinned comment and end screen. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more, please take the time to subscribe, like this video, comment below and share. Do not forget to join our wonderful community on Discord. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and we'll see you in the next one.